Well, hello there again, folks. This is Bob James from Daily Enduring Truth, and I've got to confess I'm coming to you a little bit later than normal in the day. There's a reason for that. With everything going on with the pandemic and the stay at home and all the other things that we're required to do, I got off my schedule and I didn't have things written the way I needed to. I've fallen behind in my Bible reading. And you know what? God still loves me. Isn't that cool? We all make mistakes. But again, we're coming from home, and if you've checked these videos carefully, you'll notice that there's something different today. I'm sitting on the opposite side of the room. We all need to change a little bit at times, and well, I'll tell you what, for me to leave my regular couch seat to come sit in this couch to make the video, that's a big deal. Okay, maybe it isn't, but it's a lot of fun. I've been having fun during this time with the pandemic because I think it's important to keep our spirits up. And so if you follow me on Facebook, you'll notice that I've done a lot of humorous type things. But folks, we need to keep our spirits up. It's very easy to let this get the whole situation get us down. The isolation, the self-quarantining, the the news that we keep hearing, and we hear a wide variety of opinions on things. And we probably run into the same problem that the early Christians ran into in trying to decide who should we listen to when we hear about Jesus Christ. And we start off 1 John chapter 4 by looking at that very question. Who do you listen to? How do you know if somebody's giving you true gospel or fake gospel? Yep, back then they had fake news or fake gospel back then. And so John began by telling you, this is how you know that it's the true news. This is how you know that it's really God's good news. And that the distinguishing point is how did they look at Jesus? Because even back then, there was beginning this idea that Jesus was sort of a spirit. He wasn't real human. And so when he came down to earth, he looked human, but he wasn't really human. And obviously God couldn't die on the cross. And there were all kinds of teaching going around. And John was trying to tell him, this is the true teaching. I know. I walked with Jesus. I touched him. I know he's real. I walked with him. I saw him argue with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But he also taught that Jesus continued to show love, and we should show that same love to others. So it's 1 John chapter 4 is an amazing chapter. And I hope that as you look at the first part of this, you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Again, stay safe. I've tell people that our church is going down into the lockdown type situation, not because we're afraid of anything, but because the church should only be spreading one thing, and that's the gospel of Jesus Christ. And, you know, we're not being kept from proclaiming the gospel. We're given a new opportunity. My wife has talked about a number of people who haven't been able to have access to a church service or a worship service, but do because we're now doing the broadcast. If you would like to sit in with us in the broadcast tomorrow, we go live. About 10:50, you get to see the countdown. That's so exciting to see the numbers going down, I know. But at 11 o'clock, we go live. And during that time, you will see both my wife and my daughter interpreting in sign language. So even if you're not interested in our service and you've got your own service to go to, if you know somebody who's deaf, then you have a chance to share the good news of Jesus Christ with them through this service as well. So, folks, stay safe, stay healthy. I know you've heard it, so I'm not going to tell you to wash your hands again. But keep your eyes on Jesus Christ. Remember, we have a spirit of ministry in us, not a spirit of survival, but a spirit of ministry. So show your love to others throughout the rest of this week. Again, a reminder, if you will, click if you appreciate these videos, go ahead and click that button, and you'll get notification anytime we do that. So you'll have a great day. May God keep blessing you.